Hello, audience. Welcome to another episode of Have You Seen It? I am Charles, and I am with the lovely Denise. Love the hairdo girl.
All right, I'm rocking my Corona cornrows. Honey, you got to do what you got to do
I'm gonna tell you,
when you can't go outside.
I'm gonna tell you, audience. Y'all just need to tune in just to see what hairdo, what hairdo Denise is gonna come up with every week. So we're still in the what COVID situation. Right, still inside. Denise is literally giving you guys a show of her house. She does a different location like every taping.
Yes.
I'm usually in the same old place, right?
But your place looks nice. You got great backdrop back there.
Okay, wife did all this, right? If you like it, right, comment.
Yeah.
Say, hey, the wife did a lot of this, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't do any of this, right?
Great job.
So, audience, we're going to do a new segment. It's going to be at the end of each show, right? And the name of the segment is Nailed It. All right. And Denise, what about Nailed It? What about it?
Well, nailed it simply means that you have watched a movie and an actor or actress has nailed their part, that nobody else could play this part but that person. But we're going to talk more about that in just a bit.
Denise.
Yes.
Tell me, girl, who are you recommending this week?
All right. Because we're all COVID locked down and, schools haven't decided what they're going to do. Some of them have and some of them have not. I'm going to go with an educational film, School of Rock.
Uh-oh.
Jack Black, Sarah Silverman, Joan Cusack, and Mike White are absolutely hilarious in this movie. Jack Black plays an enthusiastic guitarist who has been kicked out of his band because of his enthusiasm, his over-enthusiasm. And he gets kicked out right before the big Battle of the Bands contest. So, he's kicked out of the band. He doesn't have any money. He's got to find a gig. He finds a substitute teaching position at a prestigious elementary school where Joan Cusack is the principal. Well, of course, he knows nothing about the educational process of teaching. So he goes in to the classroom. The kids are there to learn, but he is not there to teach. But what he does want to do is get his band back together.
Yes.
So when the kids are at their music class, he kind of listens in and hears it. Hey, they got some pretty good musicians. I may be able to get the band back together. So he proceeds to convince these kids that the learning that they were doing prior to his arrival is not worth it, but this music is what we're going to be doing. And so under the cover of darkness, every day they are practicing to be in this competition, Battle of the Bands. Now, of course, every time, Joan Cusack comes into the classroom to see if the curriculum is being taught, they hide everything, they hide the instruments, and they act like they're learning. But we know what's going on behind the scenes. This movie will have you laughing out loud, literally from start to finish. Just the deadpan facial expressions, the sarcasm, the quick wit of Jack Black, the eyebrow of Jack Black, and the amazing cast of kids in this movie. It was really a fun movie. I highly recommend School of Rock.
Now, let's don't forget about the music in it was fantastic.
Well, the music was awesome. And when Jack is trying to bring these kids, get them on board, he is going total heavy metal. We
Right.
talking, Def
Right. Right.
Leppard. We
Right.
talking ZZ Top,
Right.
AC/DC.
Right.
He's going hard, and these kids buy in, and they form a group, and it's funny, family funny. So this is something that the preteens can watch, and you'll enjoy it. So there we
Yeah. And
go.
so School of
There-
Rock. Right. My movie is The High Note. High Note is starring Tracy Ellis Ross, Dakota Johnson, Ice Cube, Bill Pullman. Right. The movie is totally about we'll say an aging superstar.
Okay.
She literally has sold all these records. She's world renowned, right? But she hadn't made a song in 10 years.
It
Right.
happens.
So she's living off the past.
Okay.
Right?
All
And
right.
she's living pretty good off the past. Don't get me wrong. She's living
Okay.
pretty good, but she's living off the past. And Dakota Johnson, who plays Maggie, is her personal assistant. Well, a personal assistant, that's a crappy job. But
I've never been one, so I wouldn't know. Have you been a personal assistant?
every time I see the personal assistant in a movie, right, it's a job that I wouldn't want to have. Right? Because they do all the crappy stuff, right? And she did all the crappy stuff, but you know what? She actually really liked her job because she loved Gracie Davis. She loved her, right? It was her idol. It was an idol growing up, right? So now she gets to work for her, right? And literally see her in action, and she loves it. But one of the things that Grace Davis did not know about her personal assistant, which she wouldn't know anything about him. She's a personal assistant, right? That she was an aspiring music producer.
Okay.
And she was homing her craft on the side, right? But she hadn't got an opportunity to actually produce anybody yet. And she discovered this kid that was on the corner just singing, and she started producing him, all right? And through a series of events, right, she got him, she really, really tuned in and honed in his voice, and now she wants to see if she can get him to perform in front of some music executives. So she was doing this kind of underhanded, right?
Oh, that's
In
never
concert
good.
that her boss was going to do, right? And a boss needed an undercard. And so she had finagled to get this guy to come in and actually do the undercard, but it all blew up in her face.
Oh, well.
Right.
That's what happens when you're sneaky.
That's what happens when you're sneaky.
Yes.
You should do sneaky stuff.
Yes.
Right? But in the end, everything really turned out okay. We are going to nail it now. Audience.
All right. We're going to nail it.
We're going to start with Denise.
My nailed it is the amazing Kathy Bates in the movie Misery.
Oh, man. Okay, that's good.
I
crazy.
Crazy is an understatement. She scared the mess out of me in that movie. And I can't think of anybody else who could play that role the way she played it. That Oscar was hers. And she deserved it because she nailed it.
My nailed it is Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Okay.
He totally nailed this role. I mean, it's like this role was actually made for him. And because he nailed it, right, it really was the beginning of the Marvel Universe. Right. And 22 films later, right, all these movies have made so much money, and the Marvel Universe has become so popular, but it all started with his outstanding portrayal of Iron Man.
All righty.
He nailed it.
All right, there you go.
I'm Charles. This is Denise. And have you seen it? The COVID edition. And we're out.